everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. Here. The lion. New music. So fine. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I am Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And you know I couldn't go without doing a show on my birthday, ladies and gentlemen. And I got to bring in one of my guys that's near and dear to my heart, my little baby brother. And first, I got to say, hey, happy belated birthday to you, bro.
Thank you. Same to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. No doubt. Hey, look, man. Let's get right back on into it because I don't want to think about anything concerning the 1 o'clock games. So let's go ahead and go back to Thursday night. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see in the background, my brother is a diehard Carolina Panthers fan. I got to shout him out. I have tried to indoctrinate him. I have tried to brainwash him. I have tried to bribe him, to bring him over to Washington, but it's to no avail. This man is steadfast in his ways, and I got to shout you out for it, man. Talk to us, man. Undefeated. How we feeling?
I don't know, man. 3-0 looks good on paper, but, man, when you look at the context is king, right?
Yep.
3-0 looks good on paper, but everything we lost in that last game, it's not looking like it's going to continue. So
yeah. Well, look. Let's look at the positive. Sam Darnold going into this last game, he had over, I think, about 589 yards, 3 TDs. You had DJ Moore producing. He had 80 yards in those 2 games coming in, and today he had a huge game. Okay, mind you. You know, who we all know who they played, but I mean, not today, but Thursday. We all know they played the Texans, but you know, that's a nice little combination. Robbie Anderson, I got him on fantasy team. He ain't really been doing this and that. He had that big touchdown catch, I think, in the first game, but hasn't been doing much. And this guy, we're gonna discuss him in a little bit. CMac has been doing pretty solid. I mean, what is working for you guys? Let's start there.
So as far as I've seen, first full game I saw was the Thursday night game, just because where I am, I can't get all the games. But even through highlights, you can just see Sam Darnold's rolling. DJ's been a producer since the beginning, and if for anyone who doesn't know, Steve Smith, the reception leader, I think, for Panthers in all time, predicted that DJ was going to be his successor, the one to do better than he did. So he's living up to that high claim. Robbie Anderson already's familiar with Sam Darnold, so that's easy. We got a couple new guys stepping up as far as our tight end flex kind of receivers. But yeah, largely all our playmakers on offense, especially, and then our defense, we've just been building draft picks for the longest time. Yep. And so now they're all starting to play out and do their thing. And so everything, this 3-0 record, it seems like it makes sense because everything's kind of clicking, right? Until Thursday's game, unfortunately. Even though we won, we lost a whole lot more than we won.
Well, start to break that down, man. For those of you that don't know, the Carolina Panthers beat the Houston Texans 24-9 in that game. However, if you don't know, they lost 2 major pieces. One being everybody's number 1 draft pick in fantasy football, Christian McCaffrey, and 2 being J.C. Horn. Jared, you and I talked before the season about this. We discussed you guys getting Christian McCaffrey back and what a big deal that was. If you could speak on it, speak on it. How you feeling, man?
Look, man, this is crazy. This is ridiculous. So the thing about it is, first of all, it was too perfect, obviously.
Right.
Our defense and our offense looked like the fake teams you put together on Madden.
Right.
We had so many good players, and we were starting off 3-0, and then we were competing with what did we play week 2? The Saints after they murdered the Packers,
right?
And then we beat them.
You beat them down too. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, so it's like we were just sitting so high, and man, I wasn't waiting for the other shoe to drop, but it dropped so unexpectedly and so unreadily. The worst part about it is CMac getting injured is fine for me as long as somebody injured him, as long as it was in contact.
Right.
Go back and rewatch the play. He pulled his hamstring mid-run. He didn't even finish the run. He was limping at the end of a run, and he just went out and walked off of his own power, and that was it. They're they lost him for the season, and he wasn't on the ground. They didn't have to cart him off. Yeah. It wasn't epic. There wasn't a raise hands, I'm good, standing ovation. No,
right.
He walked off the field and never came back, and they're he's going to be out for a while. Luckily, they didn't say it was out for the season.
Yeah.
From what the commentators said, it was a hamstring injury, which means, as far as I know, or at least what they were saying, means that it's just not something you can rush. The only thing that's going to make it better is just time and letting it heal itself. So I'm still optimistic. Hopefully we can just, have some other guys step up into his role while he's coming back, working his way back. But no, it sucks because we didn't even have a backup. We have a rookie, but man, we couldn't even get Devontae Freeman. I think came in for I don't know what team it is, but someone went down. That was
Ravens. I think it was Baltimore. I think he picked
Baltimore. After Baltimore lost Dobbins, they had Devontae Freeman come in, who was apparently just sitting and waiting for someone to call him.
Right.
I would feel much better with someone I've heard doing good, who's just waiting to be called versus just putting a rookie in there.
Yeah.
So hopefully we sign someone at least temporarily or something. But until then, we have Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah. Chuba Hubbard out of Oklahoma State.
Right.
Actually was pretty stellar in college, but
I heard that.
Last year, I believe, I think he blew out his knee or something like that. And he was one of those that's kind of never been the same since. So it's kind of he was good, but I can't.
Any replacement doesn't have the same ring. But yeah, so that's that.
Oh,
what are you gonna do?
That hurts. That definitely does hurt because with him, you not only had the killer rushing side, you also had the receiving aspect. Mm-hmm. That third down, when you had all the receivers are covered, you get him out of the backfield, and that's most times that's a better option to throw it to one of your receivers. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? CMac is that guy.
Yeah. One cool thing though is this is really gonna, much like with your team right now and Heineke, this is gonna just force Sam to actually be the guy, and we'll see. I mean, we have receivers that he can rely on, like Robbie and DJ Moore, but not having a security blanket, how many 400 yard multiple touchdown games can you put up Sam Darnold without CMac? So I'm saying it's just going to put more of a spotlight on him, and that's what I want. Having all these doubters come in, and even me being a fan, I don't even know how Sam Darnold's going to perform in adversity, and that's what I want to see. I want to see how good he plays when he doesn't have a CMac in the backfield, because even rookies coming in, right, when they have some kind of, not Hall of Fame, but some kind of multiple Pro Bowl receiver, a running back, even
Mhm.
Cam coming in, have Steve Smith. He could largely just chuck it up and let Steve make a play. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? And so, DJ's good and Robbie's good, but I don't know if we have a chuck it up, make a play guy besides CMac.
Right.
So I think this will be a good and growing experience for like the team, and hopefully Sam will step up a little bit. And then by the time we get CMac back, hit the ground running, hopefully.
And that's the thing. I believe it could happen, but this is that test for Sam. You know what I mean? This is why they brought you in. They needed to, see if you can do this. Shout out to my guy Anthony Handy saying, "Sup, fellas." Definitely watching. Yeah. So you needed to see if he could lead your team in a time like this. Now, my question, and this is kind of off topic. After 3 games, obviously you are 3-0, and he's been putting up big numbers. After 3 games, do you feel better with Sam Darnold than you did with Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No hesitation.
Look, and we talked about this, and I'm so excited for Teddy Two Gloves, man. I'm so happy that he's doing good in Denver. It wasn't working here though, so
right.
I have no problem with, and even it's funny because I was watching the highlights of the other games. I mean, we both were, right? And earlier today, and I was looking at all these rookie quarterbacks who were drafted high and did so well in college. And I mean, I'm sure they'll all figure it out. Well, not all of them, but I'm sure some of them will figure it out and do better moving forward. And a lot of them have assets like being able to run, or just some extracurricular like kind of things that make them big, right? And I think Sam Darnold, I mean, outside of the year he was drafted, has really like sort of calmed down the hype. Like, people aren't really looking at Sam Darnold. If you were to put a list of 10 quarterbacks and Sam Darnold was on the list, he probably wouldn't be in the top 5. You're not really like pushing for him, but I mean, in my opinion, like, just seeing him, if we just get someone who can throw a pretty spiral and make some darn good throws, I'm pretty happy, because again, I also look at it like a balancing thing. If you have receivers that are above average, and your quarterback doesn't have to be necessarily above average, especially if he can just throw. Like, I'm not looking for Sam to do what Cam did and run a lot, like at least like early in Carolina. And so it's more about just, can you pass? I think Teddy had a bit more of I don't know if I would say an improvisational style, but I know Teddy could run a little bit. I don't think Sam's much of a runner. He's run. I don't think he's much of a runner. So I'm more excited that I just see, the more spirals, the more different kind of throws he makes. That's the kind of things that excite me. So as far as moving forward with him, I haven't seen in highlights, in actual game, I haven't seen too many throws that I was just like, are you crazy? Like, and that's what I really like. It reminds me of Delhomme, just get the job done kind of quarterback. I'm not looking for nothing fancy, but just get it.
I think he, like Delhomme, has that chip on his shoulder. Like, look, good. You can doubt me if you want to. You know what I mean? Never mind that he had Adam Gase, who we all seen what he's done to, and what happens after players leave under his tutelage. You know what I mean? So shout out to Sam Darnold. I'm hoping for the best. He's got him with a good start. Now I do have to ask, how much of that is the fact that your first 3 games were the Giants? Oh no, the Jets, Saints, which I'll give you Saints, and then Texans.
Okay, yeah. But well, okay. So Jets, yeah, you can have Jets. You can give me an easy win on that. That's fine. Zach Wilson, I think he played good in that one though.
I think he did. Yeah, he did.
Okay. I'll take that one. And he had a chip on his shoulder, both him and Robbie Anderson, I gotta imagine. Yeah. So I'll give you that one. The Saints, that was a divisional game. They just crushed the Packers.
That was a nice one. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that one.
And then the Texans. Now the Texans were playing a little bit, like early on, and then not to mention after losing CMac, there was a whole shift. I'm pretty sure we were up, and then it was like the whole world stood still after that. They're like, oh, like we have a chance.
Like, wait a minute,
hold on. Like I know we don't have a quarterback right now, but our defense is playing pretty good, and
But it was close at the half, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure it was. I can't remember.
Like 9-7 or 9-3.
We weren't blowing anyone out. We just kept pretty much what ended the game was our defense. We kept sacking that guy and treating him terribly. And then just steady moving the offense. That's kind of how we won that. Yeah. But I think that's fair to say. Not much of a test outside of the Saints. That's why next week's important with Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's not fair because we don't have all our teams. We're playing with an injured roster, but whatever. But no, that's kind of the point, right? I want to see what Sam can do, especially when you're down. Like I really just want to see how your players play. Like,
right.
If you lose CMac to an unfortunate injury and your number one draft pick defensive back, now I just want to see how well are you playing. Like in the Super Bowl with Patrick playing the Buccaneers, there was a couple plays like I think towards the end where it was just Patrick playing with himself, and I was just seeing like. They were going to keep. My favorite play was when he threw the ball when he was parallel to the ground and he threw it right at the guy and he dropped it. Like that's what I'm looking for. I'm more excited if I'm a Chiefs fan that my quarterback is throwing the ball parallelly, like and playing by himself, than the other guy dropping it. Like if we're gonna lose, I want to see, he's probably gonna do great next season. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more concerned about how we play for like bragging rights. If it's not close, of course. Obviously, I want us to win, but let me see how you play in adversity and give me hope for the coming weeks.
Exactly. Can I depend on you? Can I lean on you even if the game's out of hand, or even if we're blowing the team out? Are you going to sit here and just, no, I don't have to do it anymore, you're not going to play? No. Right. You know what I mean? It's all about character. I like I like that. I like that. And I think that's what Rule is bringing in. But look, got to shout out to people watching. Anthony saying happy birthday. Thank you. Appreciate it for both of us. And what's up, Nate? He's a good friend of Cameron's. So let's get back to the injury. So we dealt with the offensive injury, which is bad enough. But then you've been talking about it. Each of the last couple of years, you've been stacking up your defense, culminating in this year with your first pick, getting South Carolina's own and probably one of the best corners in the country, J.C. Horn, and then he goes down. Talk to me, man. What's the injury? It's a broken foot, right?
So, yeah, what I've heard was it was a broken foot. And man, again, I told you earlier, the worst part is that these guys seemingly did it to themselves. Like it was just a bad coming out of the break and he just started limping. And it's one of those things where it's like, and we're not even losing. Like we were up and then he went out and we might as well have lost because after losing CMac, the last thing you want to do is lose any other player in general, let alone a starter. Let alone a really impressive starter, let alone our first draft pick from the year that we had really high hopes for.
Right.
Lockdown corner, like a really important member of the defense. So seeing that was just depressing. I mean, another thing that happened was DJ Moore also kind of went limping off the field. It seemed to be it was nothing, but when that happened, I threw the clipboard. Like it was like, well, forget it. Our season's over now. But so it seems like it's a broken foot. They also didn't rule him out from any reports I've seen for like the year or anything like that. So that's always good. Now, granted, to be honest, I haven't heard anything about J.C. Horn being like a lockdown corner or anything like that. No like huge plays like maybe Surtain or another recent draft pick got as far as the corner position. But just because you don't hear anything super positive doesn't mean you heard anything like super negative. So as long as we're
Yeah.
right here.
Right in the middle, right?
Sometimes all you need is a big name to intimidate the receivers on the other team. I'll take that every day of the week, right?
Exactly.
So,
Number 1 draft pick. And they're like, oh, he must be good. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Or the other guy. But
Right.
So yeah, I mean, all in all, it's terrible. You got to roll with it because what other choice do you have? I don't even know who came in to replace him. But I mean, as far the difference though is, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like offensively, well, this is true. Offensively, the offense relied more on CMac than the defense relies on JC Horn, and also we have like 30 like first round picks on the defense.
Right.
Like, we're kind of good. Like we have,
right.
You
can take a little loss on that one. Yeah.
You can take a little loss, just play quarters, I guess. I don't know. But and our front 7 is really good because those were our first round draft picks. So hopefully it'll balance out a little bit. I'm not too scared until we start getting Hail Married on and it works. But for right now, I'm not as scared about that as I am about CMac. So hopefully we're good, but we'll see.
Now, did they know his timetable?
Nah, I haven't seen any timetable. I'm gonna be looking out in the coming days. I just heard that like they diagnosed both injuries, and they said they're not on injured reserve. I remember that was a big thing, that CMac wasn't placed on injured reserve.
Yeah.
So it seemed, and I hadn't heard anything about JC Horn, so I'm assuming the same. So hopefully it's just something that you just have to, I would assume the same. The CMac, you can just sit out and just stay off of it, or don't run, or don't like agitate it. I don't know what's gonna happen for JC Horn. I'll be looking out, but I haven't heard him being on injured reserve. So wishing for the best, hoping for the best, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. We'll definitely see. So I have to ask, man, like that hurts. I get how you feel. I get why you're feeling the way you are. But you still are undefeated. Mm-hmm. And seeing as your schedule was not you had a rougher year last year, the schedule is kind of favorable. Mm-hmm. So I got to ask where we go from here. And before I ask that, I'm going to tell you the next 4 games you guys have. As you said, 1:00 next week, you got the Cowboys. Then you come home for 2 straight games where you play Philadelphia and you play the Vikings. Then you go to Daryl Spencer's New York Giants. And then you play the Falcons. So next 5 games, you got Cowboys, Eagles, Vikings, Giants, Falcons. I mean, I don't see any reason why you can't, if not 5-0, go 4-1.
If we don't beat the Giants, I don't know what I'm going to do.
You will never hear the end of it from Daryl if you don't beat the Giants.
Oh my God! After watching them play, dude, we better win that game. I think the Vikings are going to be a good game at least. Well, we'll see if Dalvin comes back because I know he was injured today.
Yeah, he was out today.
Yeah, I'm most scared about Dallas's game. I think that's the one I'm hurting over right now. Philly's looked good so far from what I've seen from them, but I'm not like afraid of that team. Right. So yeah, Dallas is the one I'm looking at. The Falcons, the Philadelphia, I think we're cool. The Giants, I have no worries in my heart. No. And I don't know. The Vikings I think should be pretty good. I'm not afraid of the offense, but I think that offense can roll. So I think that should be a pretty good game.
Captain Kirk. Now after that, then you start getting into, well, no, you still fairly simple. So, or not simple, but after that, it gets a little bit more difficult. You have the Patriots with Mac Jones, which he didn't look too great today, but he might. Who knows? By that time, it'll be November. Mm-hmm. You have Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. That'll be a huge one. You play us the week before Thanksgiving, and then you play Miami, and then you got the Falcons again.
Oh, okay. Well, having the Falcons twice is a blessing.
Right.
I'll take that one. Man, I don't know. Because hopefully by this time we have one, if not both, back.
Right.
Yeah, if we have both back, I don't know how we lose to the Patriots or depend. I mean, see, it's a rookie quarterback, so we just don't know. We'll see what Mac does as he keeps going. But I'm currently not intimidated by his play. Who else did you say we had?
The Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yeah,
Cardinals. I think we're gonna lose that game. I'm not gonna lie. I just think the Cardinals are impressive. They just have a great team, and Kyler is a magician. I think that's just a great team.
And then you have us, which is it's week to week. 1 week, hey, we'll take it. The next week, we won't show up. So I can't call anything. I look 1 week ahead from here on out.
I don't know. I don't know. Especially if we're down both by some miracle, that'll be a close game. And then Miami, depends if Tua comes back. Because Jacoby Brissett, I don't know. I thought he was good as a backup in the Colts, but I haven't seen anything impressive from him.
He has them in overtime. I'm not. As a matter of fact, let me check the score.
Yeah, I know they did well today. They went to overtime with the Raiders. Okay.
Yeah, the Raiders score is Miami lost 31 to 28.
Okay.
To the Raiders. Yeah.
Okay.
So Dolphins lost.
No, that's more impressive than I thought. Okay. That wasn't early pick six. I remember I saw that highlight, but no, that's impressive to keep up the Raiders because they're one of the teams I'm looking out for this season. I think they're 4-0 right now.
Mm-hmm. They're undefeated. They're undefeated. They're 3-0. And then, unfortunately, you ended heavy. You got Buffalo in December. Then you come home and play the Buccaneers day after Christmas. Then you go to New Orleans on the 2nd and play the Saints. And then you go to Tampa and play the Buccaneers.
Oh my God.
So you better store up your wins.
Yeah, right. We're gonna be however many in like 4. All 4 of these games. Yeah, I don't know. Playing Tampa, whether we're in Tampa or outside of Tampa, I don't think we have that one. Playing after what I saw today, I don't know if the Bills can be beaten at home. Good Lord. That was ridiculous.
Hopefully that's what it is and not just Washington is terrible. Hopefully it's just the Bills are just invincible, you know.
Especially at home with that fan base is wild.
Right.
And then New Orleans, I don't know, because they'll be looking for revenge too.
Mm-hmm.
I really think as cop-outy as it sounds, I really think it just depends if we have them back or not. Because us going in without Christian McCaffrey and J.C. Horn versus going in with, like, it's 2 completely different predictions. So I'll say if we go in with, I think half of those games we have a chance to win. If we go in without, I'll take 1. Please just show me 1 spark. Just 1 game.
Right.
Even if it's a fluke, I'll take it.
Give
me a field goal win.
So at this point, are you saying wild card? Are you saying playoffs? What are you saying?
Yeah, maybe wild card.
Okay.
I think because I don't like, if you really like, context is king, right? If you analyze what we did so far, how we've played, the people we've played against, what our schedule is looking like, and assuming the worst, because that's what I want to plan for, assuming the worst, which means not getting JC and Christian back in a timely manner.
Right.
For the games we really need them for, especially. I think we slip in if we do. Now, granted, if we get in, I think we're going to ball out because I feel like we should have everyone back and I think we have a good team. I think we can really play, but that's only if we get in. I think if not, it'll be, all right, there's always next year. We have a good group to get, but I don't know if we can do enough during the season, missing those two key pieces.
Yeah.
But I think if we can get them back and we somehow slip in the playoffs, we're going to act like we belong there. And play good. So,
ladies and gentlemen, how do you feel? Does this describe him, ladies and gentlemen?
That make me crazy.
He said they are going to ball out.
Yeah.
He said if you let them in the door.
Yeah, don't let us in. If
Let's
you let
go.
us in by some miracle, oh no, we're not gonna go out easily. No.
Let's go. I love that confidence. Let's go. Let's go. All right, man. Well, I appreciate this, man. Hey, this actually was the best birthday gift you can give. I got the mic working, trying to figure that whole thing out, man. I watched my team get stomped, so at least I could talk some football with you and talk about a team that's actually doing well.
Hey, I believe in Heineke though, man. I like watching Heineke play. I like watching
gamer.
Heineke play.
He's a baller, man. I like him. He throws some wild passes, but he'll go in there head first.
That's my thing though. I want to see him develop. Like of all the quarterbacks we're watching this year, I absolutely just want to see him develop and see how he's gonna play. Favorite Skins quarterback in a long time. So,
oh yeah. I got it. He's grown on me. He's definitely grown on me. Well, let's definitely see. Some people say he's Washington's version of Tony Romo.
Oh, man.
We'll see. Right.
Come on. Too early for that.
Right. I don't know any references to Tony Romo.
Too early.
All right, man. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out of here. I'm Sean Spencer here with my brother, man, Jared Spencer, man. I absolutely appreciate you coming on here and getting down with me, man. And hey, we're going to be updating the fans on the Panthers as we go throughout the season right now. Right now, you got them in the playoffs.
Right.
Right now, they're in the playoffs. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It might change real quick. Just depends.
Right.
If we lose anyone else, man, well, see y'all next year.
And then it's over. Right.
If we lose anyone else.
Let's go. All right, man. We're out of here, man. Deuces.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer. We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. The lion. New man on the dance, so fine. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I am Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
Deuces.